Hey everybody, it's your boy Nesto and welcome to my channel. I hope you're doing well. In this video, I want to show you how to stop dying in Elden Ring, no matter if you're a new player or you're about to jump into the new DLC Shadow of the Erdtree. In this video, you will learn easy ways to take way less damage in Elden Ring. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, the first thing we need to talk about is that the majority of the damage you're gonna receive in Elden Ring is definitely gonna be physical. Some of the encounters might throw magic in there, not all of them, but I noticed that in the DLC when I was playing, fire and Holy was very dominant there, so we're gonna keep eyeing on those stats. The game provides a lot of buff and items that you can easily implement on any builds that you rock in this game, without sacrificing some of the stats so you can obtain the damage that you're seeking for. Now, the first buff is gonna be Golden Vow. Golden Vow increases your attack power by 15%, but also increases your damage negation 10% across the board. Keep in mind that this is an incantation, meaning that it's gonna cost you some focus points, in this case 47, and also it has a requirement of 25 faith. I would recommend you to, no matter the build that you're rocking, have 25 faith. Definitely worth it, and it has low impact on the build, because besides having access to Golden Vow incantation, you also have Flame Grabbing Strength, which is one of the best attack power increase buff in the game, and it stacks with Golden Vow, so you can grab both of them. Now, this incantation can be obtained when you arrive to Mount Gelmir. You can walk from this grace all the way to this little shack that is called Corpse Stench Shack. There is a body there laying down with the incantation. You grab it and it's yours. Now, another way you can have access to this Golden Vow buff is through an Ash of War. Keep in mind that it's a little weaker than the incantation, so if you don't want to spend the 25 faith and you're willing to weapon swap, you can also have like a dagger or something like that with it, buff yourself and then take it off. Now, this Ash of War, you can get it right here. There's an NPC roaming around in this area. Very early game, you can just kill it and grab it. Now, another way you can obtain Golden Vow now is through a consumable. There's a new recipe in the game that grants you Golden Vow, so it's craftable now. This recipe, you can find it before you reach the Shadowkeep main gate. It is one of those tents right there. There's another body, you grab it, and then you have the recipe to craft this thing. Now, another way you can increase your damage negation is through a Hardtear. And the Opaline Hardtear, it will grant you 15% damage negation for 3 minutes. So that's actually quite a lot for a long duration. And then you can pair this with the Bloodsucking Craftier, which increases your attack power. Now, you can find this Opaline Hardtear in Kalite, and there's a minor Erdtree over there. Once you kill the avatar, and then you obtain the Hardtear. And then next we have the Boiler Crab. This is the best consumable in the game for the fact that increases your damage negation by 20%. It is cheap. You can get infinite amounts. You don't even have to craft this thing, but it has a requirement. You have to make sure that you don't kill the NPC for this quest line, otherwise you won't have access to this. You can start this quest line in this location right here in Lunia. There's a NPC called Blackguard. You talk to him, and then make sure you don't kill it, because I did it the first time and then I was not able to have access to this. But after you finish the quest line, at some point you have access to him in this area in Alice Plateau, so you're able to buy infinite amounts of Boiler Crab. And the best thing is, it doesn't require focus point. All you need to just use it, and then you will have that 20% extra damage negation. And then for the talisman, you want to make sure that you have this item called the Dragon Crest Grave Shield Talisman. This is going to increase your damage negation for an additional 20%. And now with the DLC, it brought out the Periodic Talisman Plus 3, which is going to give you 11% across the board. And then the Periodic Shield Talisman as well. So if you're rocking a shield build, it's going to give you non-physical damage negation. So you can pair the Great Shield and this. Definitely feel the difference when they train magic at you. And to find the Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman, it's on your way on Millennia. There's gonna be at some point like a church structure with a hole on the top. Before you drop into the balcony, make sure you go up and then drop to the hole, and you will see the chest with some enemies guarding it. Make sure to kill them because they're quite annoying. And then lastly, it's gonna be the armor. So the heavier you can go, the more damage negation is gonna contribute that armor to your build. Alright guys, so I took everything off so we can have 0 damage negation here, so you can see how all these buffs stack up. And even naked, you can reach almost 50% damage negation. And this is on the base game. If I show you on the DLC, it's definitely gonna be way more, thanks to some new fragments that are available. But let's go ahead and buff ourselves up. This is golden vow. See here, that's 10%. Let's do the crab. All right, we are 28 now here. The Boba tier. 38. And then let's go ahead and put the Dragon Crest. 51% damage negation naked. Okay, you still have decent amount of magic negation. So by default, you can pretty much with all this buff run naked and have a good playthrough. So this is just on the base game. Now keep an eye on these numbers. Okay, keep an eye on these numbers. I'm gonna go ahead and join the new DLC area. So I'm currently level 18 on my Scadutree Blessing. I believe this is the max. I'm not sure if there's more fragments around, but I did my best to pretty much explore everything on the map. I definitely explored the expansion as much as I could. But let's take a look into the status now. 50% naked by default. As soon as you get all those Scadutree Fragments and you upgrade yourself, by default, you should be able to negate 50% damage across the board, which is quite nuts. So now, what we're gonna do here, we're gonna buff again. All the buff. Alright. Put the talisman. Look at this, guys. 75% naked. And 61 magic. I'm gonna increase this with my armor or solitude. I should put it on. What is it right here? Look at this, guys. 84. That's crazy. I can literally dance on mobs and I will not take damage. Okay, I'm just gonna dance on this guy that goes berserk so you can see how little damage I'll take. Hello. And keep in mind that this guy, when he's red, he does a lot of damage. And I'm able to pretty much withstand a little pounding. As you can see, I can basically take very little damage. It's quite nuts. It's quite nuts, man. Alright, guys, so make sure that you grab your fragments as you explore the DLC. This is a new way to upgrade your builds. Find it in the form of an NPC. They have a glowing jar on the head. Make sure to kill them first because usually they disappear if you don't. There's also some statues on the map that have it as well. Some of them might be on the floor, so be sure to loot everything that you see around on the world that is on the floor because it might be a Scadutree Fragment. And lastly, you can find it in the form of an encounter. There's usually a horse hippo around the map. You kill that encounter and it will give you the fragment. Alright, guys, I hope you find this helpful. Consider subscribe for more Elden Ring videos. Leave a like to put this video out there. And comment in the section below if you have other ways to increase your damage negation. Thank you so much for watching. It's your boy Nesto, signing off.